So today we'll be just looking at the overview of AWS. Like what is AWS? What are the kinds of services that it provides? Okay, so AWS basically a rental cloud service. Like as you might be knowing, but still I'm like gonna cover the basics. So AWS is an online platform which provides scalable and cost-effective cloud computing solutions. So, like you can think of it as a like rental system where you can run your applications. Rental system where like you can have their servers. You can use AWS servers and you can run your applications on them. Okay, so that's the basic use of usage of an AWS server, or you can use their storage, or you can use their servers again for running machine learning applications, machine learning or AI applications. You can take their GPUs for a rent and all that. So there are many services, like more than 100 services, cloud services, which AWS offers at this point of time. So, AWS is basically a cloud computing service. So, cloud computing is the delivery of online services, like such as servers, databases, softwares to users. And with the help of cloud computing, storing data on local machines is not required. Okay. So, like, do you have basic knowledge? Have you ever opened AWS? Have you ever logged in on AWS and ran any application on it?
Like few times I tried to create a pod and all pod containers few times.
Okay, okay. Cool, cool. Okay. So, so it basically helps you access data from a remote server. Moreover, it is also used to store and access data anywhere across the world. I think these are things you might be knowing already. Well, now we'll be discussing a few advantages of cloud computing. So yeah, the first advantage is like trade capital expense for variable expense. So it basically means that instead of investing heavily on data centers and servers, we can rent AWS servers and we can just pay only for how much we use them. Okay, we won't be needing to have to buy and maintain a whole lot of servers for our use. The next one is benefit from massive economies of scale. So this basically means that with AWS we can get huge benefits at very lower prices. And huge benefits as in there are lots of features in AWS and which we can just rent and use it according to our own need. And they'll just charge us according to our usage only, like how much we have used it. So with like one example of a service is where service is S3, where like AWS has been providing wide range of features, and there has also been several cost reduction in the past few years. So the next advantage that we are going to discuss is top guessing capacity. So like while using AWS, we would not have to make a guess on our infrastructure capacity in advance, like before beginning with our project. We can straight away buy AWS services and then we can scale it up or scale down according to our needs. The next advantage is increased speed and agility. So, since you'll have a very fast server at hand, you'll have the ability to implement changes fast in your application. The next point is we can stop spending money on running and maintaining data centers. So this is something which is obvious. So if you are running a business, then you can just focus on running your business and not maintaining your data centers in that case. And go global. Like another benefit is go global in minutes. So yeah, we can easily deploy our application in minutes and in multiple regions in few minutes. So this gives our application low latency and it also gives a better experience to our customers at very low cost. So yeah, these were the advantages of AWS. Now we'll discuss the like a few basic applications of AWS. So the first application is storage and backup. So like one of the reason why businesses use AWS is because it offers multiple types of storage to choose from and is easily accessible as well. And it can be used for storage and file indexing as well as to run critical business applications. Now the next usage is on websites. So businesses can host their websites on AWS cloud, which is similar to other web applications. The next usage is gaming. So there are a lot of computing power. So yeah, there is a lot of computing power needed to run gaming applications, as you might know. And AWS is it just makes it easier to provide the best online gaming experience to gamers across the world. The next usage is mobile, web, and social applications. So this is a feature that separates AWS from other cloud services as its capability to launch and scale mobile, e-commerce, and SaaS applications. SaaS is software as a service applications. And API-driven code on AWS can enable companies to like build uncompromisingly scalable applications without requiring any OS and other systems. The next use, sorry, yeah. So the next uses that we are going to discuss is big data management and analytics. So in big data also like AWS is used on a massive scale. So Amazon Elastic MapReduce is used to process large amount of data via the Hadoop framework. And similarly, Amazon Kinesis is used to analyze and process the streaming of data. Like if we create some pipelines for streaming of data, then Amazon Kinesis is used for that. Next, AWS Glue is used to handle, extract, and transform and load some jobs related to automation and data usage. 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So Amazon Elasticsearch helps. Sorry, Elasticsearch team helps to enable a team to perform log analysis, tool monitoring with the help of open source tool called Elasticsearch. And we have Amazon Athena to query data. So in Amazon Athena is something like MySQL. So we can like store the data in S3 containers, S3 buckets, and we can query the data using Amazon Athena. Similarly, we have QuickSight to visualize data. QuickSight is something similar to Tableau. Okay. So yeah. So these are like the almost this. So like we will be talking about AWS services, and we have almost covered some of them already. So AWS gives compute service, storage and database services. It offers networking and delivery of content, and then it also offers security tools and developer tools and team or project management tools as well. Yeah. So yeah, the pricing model of AWS is like very flexible. You only uh, pay how much you use, and like there's no such long-term commitment as of 5 years or 10 years, and you just pay accordingly, like according to your usage. Okay. So besides the like you have free tier services as well, which you can use for some time, and you can see how things are working and you can just learn on that. Okay. So here it's just written that besides there is an AWS free tier service to increase the potential customers affordability by offering free services with AWS servers with up to 58 products that help users gain some experience with AWS platform. So there are wide number of companies, like many companies using AWS. I've just tried to list a few, but yeah, like there is Facebook as well, uh, which is using AWS, and so the reason companies are using AWS is because of its cost effectiveness, and because of the number of features that it offers. So it offers like wide number of features at best price as compared to other competitors like Google Cloud, and you have Azure. So AWS is like leading in the market right now, and it's the best cloud service provider. And since like AWS was launched in the year 2000, and till now, like it has more than 100 of cloud services. I think it has more than 100 or 122, I guess. Okay, yeah. So AWS has a global infrastructure. It has its data centers and availability zones at multiple places. So yeah, the orange dots are the regions where there are availability zones. Availability zones are the servers, AWS servers. So this is a like old picture. It shows new region coming soon in India, but we already have like two regions. One is in Hyderabad and one is in Mumbai, which is there in India. So the Hyderabad one, I guess it's going to open soon, but the Mumbai one, it's already operating. So yeah, it has a global infrastructure and it has multiple servers all across the globe. So like all the servers in AWS, like they are connected to each other, and there are regions in like particular. So a particular server has a particular region. Okay, so for example, if we see North California region, like it's labeled as three. So we have three availability zones over here in North California. So, like the regions are the geographic locations, and it consists of at least two availability zones. Okay, and availability zones are the clusters of data centers, which are isolated in um, from failures in other availability zones. So, suppose you want to deploy one website or an app. So, the best way to deploy an app on a server would be to like deploy something uh, which is on the India's availability zone, India server. So that will help to give your application a low latency, and your application will be faster as well. And so whatever you deploy in AWS, it's fail safe as well. As in, if some server shuts down, or like in some server starts like failing or is not working, so you'll have the backup on other servers as well, and your other servers will not stop, like will not be affected by the server which is failing. So yeah, this was about the geographic locations. Now we're gonna discuss about the AWS services which are there. So the first service which we are gonna discuss is Amazon Elastic Cloud Compute, which is EC2. So it's a service, like it's a kind of server where you run your applications, and you have like two options. You have Linux and Windows on which you can run your applications. So it's a web service that allows developers to rent virtual machines and automatically scale the compute capacity when required. So you can scale up your compute capacity, or you can scale it down as required. And it offers various instant types to developers so that they can choose required resource such as CPU, memory, storage, and networking capacity based on their application requirements. And it provides sizable compute capacity, and you can pay only for the capacity that is actually used. Now we'll look at some EC2 facts. It's elastic, which means you can scale your capacity as computing requirements change. You can just scale up or scale down, as we just discussed. And it has low cost, so you pay only for the capacity that you've actually used. And you can choose from Linux or Windows operating systems. And we have global infrastructure, so you can deploy across AWS regions and availability zones. For reliability, you can deploy across multiple zones as well. Now we're gonna have a short discussion on AWS S3. So S3 stands for Simple Storage Service, and it is a scalable, high-speed, and low-cost web-based service. Sorry. So S3 is basically used for storing the data, and like you can fetch your data from S3 buckets. So like S3 buckets are kind of containers or folders within which you store your data,
Like
and it's
what is difference between this S3 container and S3 bucket?
so S3 buckets are kind of containers only, like where you store your data. So we have folders, a list of folders, or you can create like hierarchical folders within S3 buckets as well to store your data in that. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a very low cost base like web based service which is designed for like online backup and archiving of data and application programs. And it allows to upload, store, and download any type of file up to 5 TB in size. So like for each bucket the like limit is of 5 TB. You can store up to 5 TB of data in each bucket. And this service allows the subscribers to access the same systems that Amazon uses to run its own websites. So the data for websites like is also there. I mean, the data for which Amazon has and on which the Amazon like web servers and websites run, it just resides on S3 only. And the subscriber has control over the accessibility of data that is privately or publicly accessible. You have the ability to you can be the admin, or like you can control like who will be using and accessing your data. And in that case, and the basic storage units of S3 are objects which are organized into buckets. So an object in S3 can be in between 1 byte and 5 TB. And if an object is larger than 5 TB, it must be divided into chunks before uploading. So S3 stores data as objects within buckets. And an object is composed of a file, and so S3 has like different files. You can upload your data in a file structure. Those files are called objects. And an object is composed of a file and optionally any metadata that describes that file. Like every data will have some metadata as well. So it all like the object and the file will have like the metadata stored within it, and everything like counting like these your data and metadata, everything has to be within 5 TB. You can have up to 100 buckets for each account, and you can also control the access to buckets and its object. And for individual buckets you can control the access, like you have the option of admin control, of access control, sorry. So yeah, you can control it from there. And yeah, so like for introductory session, actually I kept it up to this much only. So yeah, Savan, just let me know like if you want to continue with like the sessions or not. And I'll be just sharing this PPT, like this PPT with you,
Yeah,
this
okay.
slides with you.
Yes, sure. Like I'm asking, we will be covering the practical approach, right? S3.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
will show how to create S3
Yeah,
and all.
so what we will be doing is like we'll be going through the theoretical part, and then one day we'll be going through theoretical part, and the other day we'll be doing the practical application of it. So yeah, it will be like alternate days.
So, do I need to create the account or any free account
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have?
we'll have to create the account. So we can do it together, like when we start with our session.
Okay, okay. Do you have
Yeah.
this course structure? I need what are the contents you are going to cover?
Sorry.
Course structure, like course content, can you share with me? I need,
Yeah, I'll be just sharing it with you.
yeah,
Like
okay.
I'll be like sending you on WhatsApp.
Yeah, fine, yeah, fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Cool then. Thank
then,
you.
yeah, thank you. Bye.